If you are in a relationship with a man where you are fully available to him, but he's never fully available to you, if you are in a relationship with a man who gives you just enough to keep you holding on, but not enough to make you feel loved, secured, and cherished in the first place, and if you are in a relationship with a man who constantly has you questioning where you stand with him, but the moment you try to walk away, he pulls you right back in, this video is for you. Because this is the playbook of a man who only wants you as a placeholder and nothing more. And trust me, this man is skilled at manipulating women into accepting breadcrumbs and settling for less. Listen, many women have experienced this, self included. But the crazy part is some men are so good at this manipulation that women sometimes don't even realize when they are in a situationship where they are being half loved. But let me make it clear to you, like I had to make it clear to myself, that if a man only reaches out to you when it's convenient for him, if he makes plans last minute or not at all, if you've not met his family or friends or see his real world, if he avoids defining the relationship, if he gives you words but not consistent action, or if you question his behavior and he acts like you're the problem, I want you to know that these are all the signs that he's not serious about you. You're a placeholder, and he's breadcrumbing you to hold you in place. Now, I know it's hard to hear, but it is so true. And I know your man may present himself as charming and caring, and he says stuff like he needs a good woman to stand by him while he works through his issues. But that's part of the game. So don't be fooled into believing his low effort and his breadcrumbing treatment is not intentional, because it is. And it is actually a strategy. See, he's not confused. He's not bad at relationships. He knows exactly what he's doing. And the longer you accept it, the less effort he'll put into you. See, his strategy and his intention is to get you and keep you in a low effort relationship. And he does this typically by doing 4 things. First is with his hot and cold behavior. One minute he's texting you good morning, calling you baby, and making you feel special. And the next minute he's distant and short and unresponsive. And what happens is he knows that you become addicted to the hot behavior, and you start cherishing those moments when he is hot with you, giving you all that attention, while you ignore the moments when he pays you no attention at all. And this is just the beginning of his game playing, because his next step is faking a future with you to give you false hope. He'll say things like, I could see myself marrying you, and we'll go on this fabulous trip together real soon. But he will never follow through with any of this. And because you want to believe him, you stay waiting for a future that will never come. But this breadcrumb serving man won't stop there. He will then begin to use guilt to shame and blame you. And so when you start to express your needs, he makes you feel like you're the problem. And a prime example of this is when you are confused about where the relationship stands. Now, I firmly believe that if you have to wonder or ask a man, what are we? You're nothing to him. Because a man who is fully into you doesn't want you confused or questioning what you are to him. But let's just say you ask this man to clarify the relationship. I will bet you $1,000 to a dime that he'll respond with something like, why do we have to put a label on it? Or worse, he will guilt you for asking by saying, you're crazy, or you should know how much I care about you. I'm just not good at relationships. This is classic gaslighting, where he makes you feel guilty for wanting basic relationship standards. Now, another game in his playbook is comparing you to difficult women in his past. He'll say things like, my ex always nagged me all the time, and that's why I love how chill you are. And he says this because he knows you'll want to prove him right and prove that you're not difficult. And this causes you to not question him and tolerate behavior that should be unacceptable. And it is all intentional. See, he's keeping you in a place of emotional uncertainty because uncertainty gives him control. But the question you have to ask is, what made it possible for him to leverage this control in the first place? See, this is where we have to shift the focus from him to you, because you have to hold yourself accountable for why you allow this behavior. And there again are 4 reasons a woman allows a man to treat her as a low value option. Number 1, low self-worth. Somewhere deep down, you believe you have to earn love. You believe you have to prove you're worthy instead of being expected to be chosen effortlessly. And I know this one all too well because this was my issue. But when I did the inner work to heal and give myself the love I needed, everything changed. Listen, low self-worth will have you out here trying to convince men to see in you something you don't really see in yourself. And these men prey on women who have low self-worth. The second reason you accept basic treatment from a man is because you fear being alone. You settle because you're afraid that if you leave, you won't find anything better. But let me tell you something. Even if you don't, which is a lie, it's way better to be alone and be by yourself than to be with a man who makes you feel lonely. And that's the truth. Listen, another reason you accept basic treatment from a man is because you were likely taught and conditioned by family, faith, and society as a whole to accept less. Listen, it is likely from a young age you were taught that being a good woman means being patient, understanding, and low maintenance. But the right man doesn't think a woman with high standards who is high maintenance is too much. He thinks a woman who is low maintenance is not enough, which is why men play with women who have low standards and bend over backwards for women who challenge them to meet her high standard. But the 4th reason you accept basic breadcrumb treatment is because we fall in love with potential. We look at who the man could be instead of who he actually is. But potential is a trap. See, the only potential that is okay to accept is a man's potential to expand and do more of the good treatment that he's already doing. For example, if he already takes you out and plans special dates, but he doesn't have the means to, let's say, take you out to a 5-star dining experience, that's potential you can entertain. Or if this man shows up for you and holds space for you when something difficult is happening in your life, but he doesn't quite have the right words to say, or he struggles in that area, that's potential you can date because he has potential to grow and expand in these areas. But if he is showing up already with low value tendencies off the break, he won't get any better. And ignoring bad behavior is a sign that you have a high tolerance for pain, which is a sign that inner work is needed. Listen, you have to see the man that is right before you right now and make a distinction between the man who has the potential to expand and become better versus the man who will progressively get worse. Now, let's look at how we break free from breadcrumbing low effort men and start demanding more. And you do this in another 4 simple steps. First, you set clear standards and you stick by them no matter what. And the first standard is you never negotiate your self-worth. If he can't meet your standards, he's not your person. Put him back in the pond you fished him out of. Number 2, detach from his words and focus on his actions. Stop listening to what he says and look at what he does. If his actions aren't consistent, he's wasting your time. Number 3, always be willing to walk away. Just like Nina Simone told us, you walk away from the table where love is no longer being served. Because a man who truly wants you will not risk losing you. So always be willing to leave a situation that isn't serving you. Next, love yourself more than you love the idea of this man. Stop with the fantasies. Then fix the vision you have of him in your head. Look at his behavior. If he's not loving you better or equal to how you love you, throw him back. He's not ready. See, the idea here is to believe and embody the truth that you deserve to be loved out loud. Not in the shadows, not in secret, not when it's convenient for him. And so you have to remember that what you accept from a man is a direct reflection of what you believe that you deserve. See, when a man truly values you, he doesn't hide you. He doesn't make you question where you stand with him. He doesn't keep you as an option while he explores other possibilities. He will proudly introduce you as his woman. No hesitation, no secrets. Listen, with this kind of man, you don't ever have to wonder where you stand because he makes it very clear. He prioritizes your emotional well-being and makes you feel safe and secure. He will not risk losing you by playing games. He will not hide you, and you will be on full display in his life for all the world to see. See, when a man loves you out loud, he doesn't just claim you, he shows up for you every single day. But the question you have to ask yourself is, how do you become a woman who attracts this kind of man? Now, it may sound cliche, but you start by loving yourself the way you want a man to love and cherish you. See, the fact is, you attract what you tolerate. So tell yourself every day that you are no longer available for low effort love. And the moment that a man starts playing games, being inconsistent, or making you feel like you're an afterthought, you cut him off. You cut him off without sending a long dramatic email, text message to explain yourself. You don't wait on him to change. You don't chase him. You don't beg. You don't try to convince him to choose you. You just cut him off. Because the truth is, if he can't see that you are a keeper, if he can't see your value, that means he's not that smart. And self-loving women don't entertain men who aren't smart. Listen, the woman that I'm describing is one who embodies her divine feminine energy. She sets a high standard and she stands on them. She knows her value and refuses to shrink for anyone. She allows men to pursue her because she knows a real man with good intentions will. She knows that love should feel safe and secure. So she looks for signs that a man is emotionally secure and safe to love. And the first sign of any confusing behavior, she closes her energy off to him. And this woman is you. Listen, even if your feminine energy is laying dormant in you or buried deep within, it is still there. So dig it up if need be, because you need the power of your feminine energy to repel men who are not worthy of you and men who just want to breadcrumb you. And you need your feminine energy to also attract a masculine man who is ready to love you to the full. But the thing about masculine men, they are looking for women with queen feminine energy. And if you want to attract this man, you have to move like a queen. You have to dress like a woman who knows she is worthy. You have to speak like a woman who won't tolerate less than she deserves. And you have to make choices that will reflect high self-worth. Because when you carry yourself like a queen who knows that she deserves to be loved out loud, the right man will see you and he will step up to the plate. And if you really want to step into your divine queen feminine energy, watch this next video and learn how to detach like a queen and let go of everything that doesn't serve you. Listen, detaching is the next step in rejecting low effort love and being loved fully and out loud. Now, if you are done being loved on the low, I want you to put done in the comments with a few fire emojis, okay? And do me a favor, hit like and subscribe to this video and share it with another woman who may need this kind of support. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.